Hi, Joe Doyle here. As a former bricklayer turned property investor, I would not be where I am today if I didn't first learn the art of business. Nowadays, a big part of my life is helping other tradesmen succeed with their business by sharing my knowledge, insights and experience. Welcome to the Tradesman Support Group podcast. But yeah, listen man, how's things been? Because I'm actually delighted that we're getting to have a little catch up here today, you know?
Yeah, I've been needing to book a strategy call there, but your fairness now, you have loads of slot there now, so I was able to get in quickly, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so everything's good really, in general. Business is good. It's difficult, but it's definitely good.
Yeah.
I'm making money. That's the one thing I've never really suffered with this problem of not making any money. I'm always making money. It's just making money and keeping the sanity is a balance. You know what I mean? That's what I struggle with. Because the game I'm in is changing so fast all the time. But I'm kind of heavily involved in the game, so it changes quicker for me than it does for anybody else. I feel anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Can I tell you just a few things on that there? Yeah. You just said here, right? Because we're gonna have 20 minutes here. This won't be the longest session ever, but we'll have 20 minutes. We've enough time, right? But you just mentioned a couple of things there, right? The sanity, and I know you mentioned it, just having the crack, right? Then you mentioned the game changing, right? Right. I'm just writing this down here, right? And then you also mentioned then making money's not an issue, right? Money not an issue, right? So here's something here, right? That I want to just ask you here, right? It's probably a little bit of a trick question, right? Would you believe that the head fuck that you get is because of you, it's because your industry, or it's because we're all small business owners get it?
If you were the number 1, 2 and 3, 3 being small, like as in priorities, 3 being small business owners get it, see it.
Yeah.
2 the game and 1 me.
And which is priority? Which is more?
I allow 2 and 3 to bother me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's and I think that's the case, if I can be very straight with you, right?
No, but the thing is, I'm actually completely aware of that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's because I'm just so die-hard committed to me craft, I suppose, from a young age, and I'm always conscious of just being a better operator or a better this. You know what I mean? When something goes wrong, I'm always like, fuck. Do you know what I mean? That shouldn't have fucking happened. You know what I mean? I beat myself up about it. It's
so fucking weird that you're saying that, because can I tell you a story what happened to me in the last few hours? I've got a deal that's going a bit amiss, right? And it's just fucking wrecking my head, and I've got someone being completely unreasonable about it, right? And I'm looking to find a contract that we signed. I can't find a contract. I'm fucking tossing and turning in bed last night. I'm thinking, where's that fucking contract? Because I'm beating myself up over it because I can't remember off the top of my head where I put the contract. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I comes down to the office this morning and I'm tearing the place apart, right? And where was the contract?
Your fucking pocket.
No, exactly where it was supposed to be. But because I didn't remember putting it there, I assumed I'd misplaced it, and I'm like, I'm fucking eating myself up, you know? And I said to Carl, I actually texted Carl last night. Don't know what time was I texting, but it was definitely late. What time did I text you at last night? I says, was it? 11:30, right? I says, bring your camera into the office tomorrow, right? And the reason why I was telling him to bring the camera in, because I was in the horrors last night, and I knew I was going to be wound up this morning. I said, fuck it, the people need to see this, because they think it's all sunshine and lollipops. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's not. Yeah. And then when he came in this morning, I'm like, don't fucking bring that camera near me. Do you know what I mean? And then after tearing my own office apart for a half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever, I went down to the file section in the downstairs office where the contract should have been, and it was fucking there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't think that, you know, I don't think that my problem is any bigger than yours, or yours any bigger than mine, or me and you are unique in that we let this stuff go, right? But the reality is, Ciaran, both myself, yourself, and everybody else, regardless of what level we or they or us we're all operating at, we need to increase our capability to deal with this head fuck, for want of a better word. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I would be of the opinion that the people that succeed and get ahead in life is those that are able to handle with this kind of elevated level of stress, you know?
I know everybody will always think of their shit is it's not, I mean, your shit is bigger than everybody else's shit.
Everyone thinks the world revolves around them, yeah, to some degree.
No, but what I mean is, in your own mind, like, your problem to you is, like, if I have a problem and it's bothering me, you look at that and go, that's fucking simple. Let me do that for you. Where you have a problem and you're fucking going mad, I'm looking at it going, that's fucking simple, Joe. What are you fucking doing? Do you know what I mean? So in your own mind, your own problem is your biggest enemy, essentially.
100%.
But anyway, the biggest problem we have, the business-wise, is the problem.
So yeah, let's take the three of them off, right? So let's just box that off there, right? Don't for 1 minute think you're unique in getting wound up, right? In fact, I'd say you get wound up at a level higher than most people. Now, I'm not saying you get wound up more. I'm saying your tolerance for dealing with crap is higher than a lot of people's, yeah? But it would be, it's still there. You touch that tolerance from time to time, So just accept you're only human and try and deal with it and get on with it,
That's it.
The other thing there, I think you're going to say the game changing, yeah?
Yeah. Well, the industry is changing. The customer is definitely changing. Look, I'm 18, 19 years doing this business, and 7 years on my own, and the consumer has changed an awful lot of them. You have to understand, and I'd love you actually I'd actually love you to work in my game for a week, and you'll go, fuck, this is weird, because it breaks a lot of rules, I feel, anyway. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so if you're a car and you have a kitchen being fitted, and do you know what I mean? You can go on site and tell the lads, listen, this is the goal today, start here, finish there. Where we're a responsive business in 50 different areas. My business, I'm talking about my workshop, I'm not even too worried about everybody else's. We're responsive in 100 different areas. So we constantly have variables all the fucking time. Like, for instance, last Monday I went in, smile on the face, lovely, fully booked now today. It's going to be a cracker of a day with plenty of quality work there to make a few quid. I think I was in the job from 7:30 to 8:15, and I had 6 keys in my hands that weren't booked in, all looking to know when it'd be fucking ready. All tow trucks everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck is after happening here? Yeah. How am I going to make this day complete and be still in good form as I am this minute now? Because this is a fucking challenge. The consumer, the customers are fucking, they're gone off their bleeding rails now. Do you know what I mean?
They've no tolerance to wait, do you believe?
They've no time. And a fella said it to me there about a year ago. I remember, and I said it to a customer one day, and he didn't even know what to say to me. I said to him, listen, it's going to be a couple of hours. And he says, and he was a real nice man. He says, come here and I tell you something, son, he says. I said, what? He says, when God made time, he made fucking loads of it. He says, relax. Don't be worrying about it. And I was like,
relieved.
Oh, he's fucking right.
Yeah.
He's right. And I said it to a man one day, he was wound up, he couldn't understand.
Oh, Jesus, I wouldn't say that's a good thing to say to someone, is it?
I had to say it to him, because he was here in an hour, his car was going to take an hour, and he couldn't understand why, and he was just all flustered about having to go and get a coffee, and that he couldn't drink coffee for an hour. Like, this was a big problem to him. And I said it to him, and he just went, and he was like, it was like someone let the air out of him. He was like, fairness, you're probably right, you know.
Oh, Jesus, I thought he was going to blow a gasket altogether, you know.
Fuck.
But come here, let's just flick back here, right? And I'm only just telling you from my experience, right? So you're saying the game is changing, right? And I want to just talk. We've got another 10 minutes here. I know this is short enough there, whatever it is, right? So I want to make sure we touch on something else, right? But I was chatting to a solicitor one day, right? Because I think my game is changing, which is completely different from your game, right? But I don't want to be. It's not like Ciaran and Joe here having a cock off. You know what I mean? Who was bigger balls, right? Right? But the solicitor said this to me. He said, back in the day, you'd write a letter, then the email came along, right? He says, now we're all on WhatsApp. He says, and people want stuff, bang, 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 bang. He said they want it now. He says, and there's no scope to find workarounds when things don't work as they're supposed to work, So I think that all of us just have to accept it. The problem is every fucking headbanger has the ability to bring down our business by just going and writing a big shitty review that you can't take down. Yeah. And no, they're right. And that it's just like you then have to explain that to people. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is we have to just do something. This is just the world we live in. We have to adapt. Yeah, and that's... Now, in fairness, this year I'm much better. Last year I was really bad. Towards the end of the year, it's just fucking stuff. Now, this year, no, the mind fuck isn't as bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you just need to adapt to it. Well, like,
we have the business is going well, can't complain. Like, you know what I mean? In that end of things, it's what to do next is a question as well.
Well,
Do you know
this
what I
is
mean?
why
I don't
I've
like,
been badgering you to jump on here and let's make a plan, you know.
because I don't like I take it. I feel like that, like, we've got the business to where it is now,
Yeah.
and I get very anxious when there's nothing happening. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so like if the business was to turn over, like, say 50, let's say 50 grand a month made me 10 grand. If I'd done that for 6 months in a row, I'd be anxious about that. I'd be like, why haven't I gone from 10 to 12? Like,
But that's
what's going on here?
But you see, the
Do you
thing
know what
is,
I mean?
that's good because
No, it is.
people get comfortable. Like, the one thing that I can't stand, like, I speak to a lot of people, right? And the one thing that pisses me off is the guy that feels he's adequate, if that makes sense. You know, nah, I'm grand. And everything is grand, you know. And, you know, nearly that they're saying everything is amazing for them, right? And fair play to them if they have that level of satisfaction about their life, right? But I admire the hunger in people. I admire the enthusiasm. You know, every time me and you have a chat, it's an enthusiastic chat, right? But
exactly.
like, the thing is, you know, we're talking to people and they're, business great, I'm doing this and that, right? And then I've got a few questions that I ask people and I can pretty much see into the soul of their business. I just ask them, it's a simple question. How much do you make a month? How long are you in business? You know, so how much do you make profit a month? 10 grand a month. How long are you in business? 2 years. Okay, so have you got 240 grand in the bank? No. I was like, well, you just told me there. You know, well, maybe you're grossing 10 grand profit a month, but you're not netting that. So maybe you should look at that. And sometimes you get a little bit kind of deflated about that. But that's my answer, you know. Because if you don't have the money in the bank, you should have spent it on something. And
you should have something.
Yeah, and you should be spending it on a cash producing asset, which is what you've done. You know, over the last
that project is coming to a close now, so we need to be moving on to the next one.
Well, here's the question that I need to know from yourself, right? Because bear in mind, we had this conversation in January and we're now in March, right?
Yeah, it's quick, isn't it?
What do we want to do? Do we want to get more profits in the business? And just to flick back to something you said earlier, making money is not an issue, right? But you want to be making as much money as you possibly can.
Yeah, I think the business in the current status that it is, and what I mean with current status, I mean as in the size of the workshop, the amount of lifts we have, and the amount of staff that work there.
Yeah.
I would love to get someone really, really sharp and sit down and just show me if there's any more left in it, because there's always something left.
What does Goggins say? What does Goggins say? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Someone who could say, there's this much left in what you like. You know what I mean? Like, if a car can do 100 miles an hour, you can only make it go 101 maybe with a bit of a downhill incline. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but you can throw a bit of nitrous oxide or something in it and
exactly.
get it. You know?
Do you know what I mean? So I'd love someone to say, Ciaran, do you know what? There's another 10% left in this, and then it's fucking at pure maxed out. Can't go any further. That's all you can fucking do. Now it's time to fucking build a bigger garage or do something else. Do you know what I mean?
Well, here's what I think on that end, right? I think that the worst
you think you
person...
could do that?
Yeah, I think the worst person that you could speak to for that conversation, right, is another mechanic or garage owner, right? And I'll tell you the reason why. We had a little chat here a few weeks ago with Johnny Doherty, right? He does a kitchen spraying. I'm not sure if you're on for the call. He does kitchen spraying, right? And he had messaged me the week before or whatever, right? And I think that's how we got him on the call, right? That he was looking to get a new workshop because the problem for him was his drying time. So spraying is nothing. He takes the products in, he sprays them, it's nothing, right? And he has to leave them dry. So he went and asked the other painters who he knows and he holds in high regard, yeah? And they were telling him, put this in the paint, it dries quicker, and he was putting it in, but it kind of took
the process.
It took some of the sheen off it, you know? So we're having a chat on one of the Sunday sessions, and we start getting a few of the lads jumping in, right? Carpenters, kitchen fitters and all that, right? And they had a completely different approach. They were saying, and I'm saying to him, like, why don't we put a rack? Why don't we do something? You know the hinges for the kitchen doors? Do you ever see the way they pull in and then they hold at a certain point? And I'm like, do this, right?
Yeah.
Then one of the lads came up with the best idea ever. Well, I believe to be the best idea. He says, get a 16mm screw it on the inside of the door where the hinge sits, yeah?
Yeah.
And just put a bit of string on it and hang it on a hook. Right? So basically he hangs the door like a jacket. You know what I'm saying? Just on it, really like a hanger, right? And he can spray it and he can push it in and he can basically pack as many of them as he wants in. So there was a guy that was convinced he needed a bigger workshop, yeah? Because he was a painter approaching an issue from a painter's perspective. Do you know what I'm saying? So really what I'd be saying, if we were going to go and take the business up a notch, the first thing that needs to be done is we need to get an audit on Ciaran's day. And we need to do the €10, €100, €1,000 task exercise, yeah? Because, like, there's no way in the world you're going to get more out of that business, right? Until we get more out of you. And there's no way we can get more out of you. Sorry, actually, let me say that again. There's no way we're going to figure out how to get more out of business until you have some free time to figure it out.
Yeah.
And the only way we can figure that out...
That's one thing I do struggle with, is the free time to figure it out. Because you could get a beautiful day where the phone doesn't ring with any fires on the end of it. Yeah. But like, I could hang up this phone now and could go back out into the car, get on, because I've another phone there. And I could have 3 missed calls, I could answer all of them, and they could all say, Ciaran, one of the vans is at the shitting itself, it's here. Ciaran, another van's at the shitting itself, it's there. Ciaran, there's another van on the way in.
But the fact that you're taking them calls is what's keeping you trapped in your current financial position.
No, it's not. The call is not the issue. It's the vehicle on its way now that needs to go and deliver its milk first thing in the morning.
No, but that's all good, because look, put it this way. Let's just say...
How is it good? How is it good if I've already oversold today?
Right, okay. Here, hold on. No, you have to ask me a question, so hear me out, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. That's good, because the demand is there for your service, right? So
that's why I started the conversation saying, listen, no issues at work.
Hear me out on this one, right? The only problem, that's a real problem in a business when the phone doesn't ring, right? Now, let's just say I could bring you over a magic lamp, right? And I just said to you, Ciaran, first thing in the morning, give that lamp a rub, right? Your man will come out and he'll just take all the calls and he'll field all the calls for you, and he'll know exactly what he needs to do with them calls, yeah? And that means now you're free for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours every day from here on in, yeah? The next thing that that's going to be going around your head, right, is like, and let's say you could take in as much work as you want, and you could send them away, and they wouldn't hold a grudge against you, yeah? You're going to be saying, hold on a minute, I can't keep sending these lads away. What can I possibly do to service these lads? You know, and it might be something like, you know, are we short of manpower? Are we short of workshop space? It's one or the other, or maybe both, right? Hold on a minute. What percentage of these repairs can be done at the roadside? What percentage of these repairs can be done at their premises? You know, and we've got all these different things that we can explore, but the problem is you can't explore them until you free up your time, you know?
No, you're correct, yeah.
You know, correct, and that is most definitely what... Now, I'm sorry to cut across there a minute ago, but that's what we need to approach.
One thing we struggle with is due to the fact that we're oversold. Look, I'm usually 3 days in advance. Realistically, if you rang in and said, Ciaran, I need my car service, I'm usually minimum for the car service will be 3 days out.
Right.
So you imagine now, I've today sold, I've tomorrow sold, and I've the next day sold.
Yeah.
And then you get 3 variables. What I call the variables is you've 3 vans or 3 cars that broke down. 3 of them need big jobs, 3 to 4 hour operations. I'm already oversold for the next 3 days.
At your current capacity. But you see, your job as the CEO of your business, is to find out how you can maximise all the opportunity, which would entail increasing the capacity.
That's why I said that 2 minutes ago. I said I'd love someone to look at it from another perspective and say, Ciaran, okay, you're 3 days out. You're 3 days out and you have 12 hours here after being delivered that you didn't really expect it to be delivered today. Okay?
Yeah, as in 12 hours more of a demand on your time.
Exactly.
Yeah, of the workshop time. Yeah.
Of the workshop time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What can we do? I'd love you to look in and go, do you know what? Well, you have 5 ramps and you have 5 technicians. Realistically, you need 6 ramps and you need 6 technicians. Right. Don't you?
So.
Do you know what I mean? No, I'm just fucking making that up there.
No, we're just shooting the breeze here. I mean, we'll go into this.
Say, Ciaran, realistically, you need 4 technicians because that fella's a useless cunt.
But let's say this, right? Let's just say I took your phone off you, gave it to the genie from the lamp, and locked you in the room, right? And said, Ciaran, you're not getting out of there until you figure this out. I know you'd be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just that there's too much noise and...
There's too much noise and too much distraction.
Small distractions that, you know, the back part of the brain where all the magic happens, like, we're not getting towards that yet because it's all the instant stuff that's taking your attention at the front end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're dead right. That's where I see the next level of growth for your business is, you know. But look, will you do me one favour, right? Because I know this is only a short call today, right? We're going to hang up the phone there now in a minute, unless you've more to ask us, right? But the minute I hang up the phone, will you book in for either a lunch or another strategy call, whatever, right? Not a short one, right? And let's figure that out, right? But what I think needs to happen before we meet or before you come to the office or whatever, right? What needs to happen is there needs to be, and you've said it already, there needs to be confirmation and acceptance that the reason why the business is not moving on further than where it's at, even though it's making money, but we know it can do more. The reason why it's not moving on further is because Ciaran is not allowing himself any free time to get creative about moving on to the next level.
Yeah. No, you did right.
And I hope you don't want me saying
Because
that.
that creativeness, just touching on something like that creativeness that you're trying to now kind of allow to breathe again. That's what got me to where I already am.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? That creativeness it got me to where I am already. Do you know what I mean? The business has been a phenomenal success. I never thought it'd be as good as it was.
Now,
I mean,
see when you say it's been a phenomenal success, right? You can only know
from what I thought it would be.
Yes, but you know what? I know that there's a shitload more than that business to go. I know there is, because I'm talking to lots and lots of business owners, and everybody who's struggling with finding time is the one who's nowhere reaching his capacity, you know? But come here, my man. Can we leave it at that? And will you book in another one? And let's just get this sorted.
I'll book in a lunch or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah.
But just make sure we know beforehand what the outcome, what the desired outcome is, right? And we just jump straight into it, you know?
Well, I'll leave it till next week, because that'll give me some time to reflect.
Yeah, reflect. Yeah, right. Good stuff. Go on, chat to you then, my man. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye. So, guys, thank you very much for listening in today. If you're struggling with any aspect of your business, do not suffer in silence. All good business owners learn from the mistakes of others. And trust me, I've made a lot of mistakes before getting to where I am today. You can ask me any questions you have by reaching out to me and messaging me on Facebook by searching for the Tradesman Support Group by Joe Doyle. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.